Okay, so the next part is Mars, and Mars is on page 25. That's a 2 and a 5, 25. Mars is the 4th planet from the Sun. It is called the Red Planet. Red rocks and dust cover its surface. A long time ago, there were seas and flowing water on Mars. Now it has some ice, solid water, but no liquid water you could drink on its surface. Mars is much colder than Earth. Earth has icy polar caps, so remember, at the top and the bottom on Earth is icy and cold. Mars does too. Polar caps are big areas of ice at the top and the bottom of the planet. They look like big white spots. Can you see the big white spot at the top of Mars here? Mars looks like a desert does on Earth. It has mountains and canyons and sand dunes and plains. So almost 7 Marses could fit inside Earth. And Mars has 2 moons. Lots of robot spacecraft are studying Mars. Spacecraft are vehicles that can travel outside of Earth. Some are in orbit around Mars. Others look like weird small cars and drive on the surface. The asteroid belt. An asteroid is a small object in space made of rock or metal. So this is a lot smaller. Not like this small, but it's smaller than the Earth and smaller than the Moon. Well, it's small compared to a planet. It is big compared to you or me. The asteroid belt has millions of asteroids orbiting the Sun. That's a lot of asteroids. Even so, the asteroid belt is so big that most of it is empty space. So can you see the space here between the asteroids? There's lots of spaces like that in the asteroid belt. If you could put all the asteroids together in a ball, the ball would still be smaller than the Earth's moon. Because they're so small, you could put them all together and it will still be smaller than the Moon. The asteroid belt is between the 4 rocky solid planets closer to the Sun and the 4 giant gassy planets further from the Sun. Most asteroids are in the asteroid belt, but some asteroids move closer to the Sun. So let's just go back to this bit here. So the asteroid belt is here, between Mars and Jupiter. That's where most of the asteroid belt is. Ceres. Ceres is the biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt, but it is much smaller than the Moon or the planets. 2,500 Ceres could fit inside the Earth, so these are really, really small. We can fit lots and lots inside the big size of the Earth. Ceres is also a dwarf planet. A dwarf planet is like a small planet. Planets can't have other similar sized objects near their orbit, but dwarf planets can. Ceres has other asteroids in its orbit. We'll talk about other dwarf planets later in this book. Ceres might have old water volcanoes and liquid water deep under the surface. So there might be water really, really far down under the surface on here. Or maybe they've got a volcano that has water in it instead of lava. Okay, now it's time to learn about Jupiter.